1460 WVOX.
Stay tuned now for the Racing for Heroes radio show with host Brett Morash on 1460 WVOX.
Hey, Racing for Heroes fans. It is Brett Morash. It is today, October 22nd, Friday. We're here on 1460 AM WVOX worldwide, and we are so excited today. We have two awesome guests. Both are race car drivers, but they're going to be talking about different things. But the first one we're going to be talking to is Robbie Emory out of Milton, Delaware. Robbie, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I'm always excited to hear people from Delaware. You know, I think as a kid growing up, we remember Wayne's World. They weren't too excited about Delaware, but Brett Morash and his entire family is always excited about Delaware. So I just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, it's a little small town that I live in Delaware, and it's kind of nice, quiet.
Yeah, because you're not too far from Dover.
We're about from the Dover Down Speedway. We're about 45 minutes south.
Gotcha. Yeah, Dover happens to be halfway between Norfolk Naval Base and my house, and so we used to always stop there. And one time I was coming through the gate, and I had my military uniform on because I was just driving back from the base. And just as I'm coming through, the YMCA song starts playing, and the poor Air Force kid at the gate was looking at me like I was some sort of knucklehead. But anyway, I got funny stories about Dover. I got funny stories. But Robbie, so first up, you are actually an entrepreneur. You work at your family's auto shop. I'm assuming down in Milton. And have you been doing that since you were a kid?
Yeah, I mean, since I can remember, I've always worked on cars. When I was when I was 12 or 13, I really started hanging out there in the summer times. And then after I graduated high school, went full time, working for my dad and my mom.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it my whole life. That's all I really know.
Gotcha. So what do you have any like crazy customer stories you can share?
I know we work on a lot of cool cars. I mean, there's always something crazy, I guess, going on. But we work on a lot of old cars and stuff. I mean, I think I've worked on anything from a 1930 Ford to
wow.
We've worked on some Ferraris and stuff like that. I actually got to drive I don't remember the year, but it was a Ferrari 458 Spider. That was a whole different experience there. So yeah, we've worked on a wide variety of cars, and there's definitely cool stuff that goes through our shop.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah. And now do you work on your race car at your shop too, or is that at a different place?
The race car shop is actually at our house, or my parents' house actually. It doesn't usually work out to mix race cars and work. If you don't get somebody's car done, they might think you're playing on the race car.
That's a good point. That's a great point. I don't think I ever thought of that until you just said that. And I would also think that, that lift, if your race car's on the lift, then that's one spot that you're not earning revenue either. So.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for that shot, we wouldn't be able to race.
Yeah, roger that. So tell us, you actually are a race series champion, the I95 race, and it looked like a dirt late model. Is it I95 Series? So tell me about that.
Yeah. So when we actually started coming down to North Carolina and stuff,
mm-hmm.
I believe it was like around 2014, and in 2015 we won the I95 Series champion.
Wow.
And it was the second year of the series, so that was really cool to win that. And then that was in 2015, and then actually in 2018 we won the Fuel Series championship.
Oh wow.
And so at the time it was two different series, and now they've actually merged together. So it's one series, the Fuel I95 series. But at the time they were separate, and they were both great series. Now they've kind of merged together, and the I95 was kind of specific to 3 tracks on 95, and the Fuel Series kind of went a little bit everywhere. We've been to Georgia, over towards the Charlotte area,
mm-hmm.
just a little bit of everywhere. And now that series goes a little bit of everywhere, and mainly focuses on the I-95 tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And how many races do you do in a year now?
I mean, usually on a normal year, I mean, the last 2 years have been kind of messed up.
Right.
But usually we do around 30 to 35 races a year usually.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's amazing. And about your race team too, like is it all family members or a little bit of this?
Yeah, I mean, we on a week-to-week basis, it's my dad, me, and my mom. And here lately, we've picked up a brother crew member from home. He's been a great asset when he can come. He helps a friend of mine normally, and when he's not helping him, he helps us. And to have a little bit of extra help, it definitely goes a long way.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, well, I think that goes back to sort of the racing community thing, right? Where you're with the people that you like, and it's all part of being on the team, and to make sure that race car goes around the track.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 5 or younger, and my dad raced before that. And I mean, racing is literally just one big family to me. And I mean, I've spent more time with my family, I think, because of racing. It's an awesome feeling. And other people, just anybody will bend over backwards for you in racing, it seems like.
Yeah, for sure. But so let's shift gears here a little bit. Tell me about your car. It's a dirt late model. Is it super?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the car that we run now, it's a 2018 Schwartz chassis from Ohio. It's a 358 class. It's an all steel 358 cubic inch that my dad builds.
Oh, wow.
So we actually run the Steel Block Bandit series.
Know him well.
So I do.
Yeah, sorry, Robin, you were broken. Say again.
So we run the motor package that we run. But there's just between the I95 series and the Steel Block Bandit, they give us a good paying races that we don't really have to go super racing, and it kind of keeps down on the cost of.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what's the next big race you have coming up? Hey, Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, you there?
Sorry, yeah, it's okay. It's the tyranny of the cell phones. What's your next big race you got coming up?
So actually, right now we're on our way to Cherokee Speedway for the Cash Money 100.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so I think we're about 3 hours out from Cherokee right now.
Okay, great.
So yeah, we left after work last night, and being that it's like a 9-hour drive for us. It just makes it easier to leave the night before, and if we get into some traffic and stuff like that, we're not in a big rush.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, and that's a Racing for Heroes race. It's one of the ones that we're sponsoring, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's a great deal, and we've gone to every one that they've had so far.
Oh, that's great. So, how are you doing in the point standings with the Steel Block series?
We actually, I think we're like 7th in points. I think somewhere around there. We were off for about 2 months at the beginning of the year, and we missed a couple races. My mom, we actually all got COVID, and everybody but my mom was okay, and my mom was in the hospital for 5 weeks.
Oh boy.
So we took off, and we can always go racing next year. But so we missed 3 or 4 races, I think, during that whole deal. We were off for a little while and just kind of focusing on making sure that my mom got back to health.
Oh yeah, well, it's all about family. How's your mom doing? Is she doing better?
Oh, she's doing a lot better now. She's still getting over it, but compared to where she was, she's 110% better.
Yeah. Well, you got to tell her she's got to get better. I mean, she's got to help you out at the racetrack. I mean, that's part of the deal.
Oh, for sure. I know she was kind of mad that we weren't racing.
Yeah.
But she was sick, and because she has been, between her and my dad, I mean, they're 100% my biggest supporters. Um, she's been there helping, and she's not afraid to help out. That she lives for this racing deal.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad to see she has her priorities in place there, Robbie, with getting you guys out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, obviously she'll be in my prayers and my family's prayers. So I'm looking, because it's all about the long-term recovery. Hey, so we're kind of getting to the end of our segment, Robbie. Any shout outs you want to give out there for sponsors and, besides just Schwartz chassis?
I just, like to thank everybody that helps me. My mom and dad. I mean, obviously none of this would be remotely possible without them. I mean, just everything they do for me and over the years. And then I'd like to thank Jim Stevens with JDS Penske Shocks. He gives us a lot of information and helps us, try to make the car as fast as we can. That Mark Pettyjohn with TJ1 Bodies in Delaware. Then we got just anybody else that helps us. It's just every little bit of help goes a long way.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what about your family shop? I'm assuming that there's a big logo on the side of your car with them.
Oh yeah. Emery's Chassis Works. If you get looking at my car, pretty much every sponsor on the side of it is something related to Emery's. So it's one big family business. My brother actually has a go-kart shop in Delaware. So it's Emery's Kart Works. So.
All right. Well, we'll be sure to be plugging those guys up on there too. So, but listen, thanks so much, man. I mean, we are looking forward to seeing you out there. And what do you plan on placing coming up?
I think after this, we're probably gonna go home and regroup for the winter and just take another shot at it next year.
Okay, Roger that. So, all right, with that, Robbie, thank you very much for being on the show. We're looking forward to seeing you out there, and good luck this weekend. Thanks so much.
Yep, thank you.
Great. All right, everyone. We're still waiting on our next caller, but just a little bit of lead in on what's going on. We are going to be having the Thanksgiving Jamboree for Racing for Heroes down in Alton, Virginia. That is coming up here in just a few weeks. It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So after you're done eating turkey, after you've recovered, after you're out there with all the Black Friday events, it's really the big opportunity to get out there with your car and whether it be off-road or on-road, because we have some exciting stuff to talk about. But our good friend and longtime Racing for Heroes driver, Adam Benaway, is on the phone. So Adam, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you, Brett?
Good. Yeah, I just gave a little plug, talking about the Thanksgiving Jamboree coming up. And as we're actually doing more than just off-road. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So the Jamboree is supposed to be kind of bring your toy, pick your poison, whether it's a track car, a drift car, a off-road rally car. And we're going to have two areas, one more of an off-road course, rally course, and then we're going to have the Patriot Course, the very famous Patriot Course, where you can bring your track car out, your drift car, or your bike, and we're going to have roughly 15-minute lapping sessions, and we'll go until the sun goes down. And it'll be much like the charity laps that we do every year, but a little more high pace focus. You will need like safety equipment for this one.
Oh yeah.
When I say safety equipment, an approved helmet. A roll cage is not a must or anything like that.
Hans
Anyone
device.
with an autocross car,
yeah,
a track car, or a drift car, we'll probably do a quick safety inspection prior, but it's probably one of the cheapest ways to get on track. And Patriot's always a blast because it's such a small course and you're very busy. It's not just long straightaways. So
yeah, and all this is at Virginia International Raceway, just for our listeners out there, which is located in Alton, Virginia, which if you're looking on the map, Danville is sort of the nearest, what I would say, city that rates a dot on the map. Sometimes I think Alton doesn't rate the dot when you're looking on Google Maps, but Virginia International Raceway certainly does.
Yeah, and if anyone's been to any of the big events at VIR, it's such an awesome facility. And and so you can even switch back from tarmac to dirt. So if you potentially if you're towing your track car with a Ford Raptor, once you're done turning laps on the Patriot course, you can jump in your Ford Raptor and go hit the pre-runner course.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so maybe you can describe what some of these courses look like. Let's start with the pre-runner.
Yeah, so the rally course, it's there's a couple different variants, but I think it's almost 2 miles of really hard packed dirt. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 jumps on the course.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty safe. We were jumping our rally cars there a couple weeks ago at Hyperfest. And a lot of the pre-runner trucks, they absorb those jumps a lot better, but hard packed dirt, high speed, and that can hold off-road Jeeps, pre-runners, rally cars.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're doing side-by-sides as well. No four-wheelers, no ATVs, but I believe we're opening it up to four-wheelers.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Yeah, because motorcycles, well, right now I think four-wheelers might be prohibited, but I got to talk to the team down at VIR HQ and see if that's cleared up.
Correct, but any kind of side-by-side with some kind of roll bar on it,
Mm-hmm.
we're opening up to, and that's a blast.
Yeah.
We spent a day out there a couple weeks ago giving ride-alongs in the rally car and side-by-side.
Yeah.
That was a blast.
Yeah, it's cool. And what about my wife's Land Cruiser? Can I bring that down?
Oh, absolutely. And I could be wrong, but I believe we're setting up a more slow speed course as well, like the obstacle course.
That's good. Because my wife's
so,
car is used to going around a mall. So, this is an opportunity for her to really check out what that thing can do.
Yeah. So I would say as long as you're willing to get the car dirty, you can bring it out. But it's nothing so extreme that your car can't make it. We've taken Crown Vics around the course. So it's not what you may imagine, like rutted off-road trail. It's a very hard-packed dirt road.
Prepared, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need any crazy modifications. Anyone can bring their truck, Jeep, side by side. Probably a lot of Subaru guys are coming out, and the rally guys are coming out. So, the spectrum of cars that can go on the off-road course is pretty wide.
Well, speaking about that, I'm hoping to see Pete Guthrie out there. I mean, I don't know if Pete's listening right now, but I think we should be looking for Pete on that course.
Yeah, he likes to dabble in any kind of rally event he can get a hold of.
Well, hopefully he'll get a chance to spin up that turbo on his Subaru and then really rip up the track.
Yeah, Pete's he loves his turbo WRX.
He absolutely does. In fact, last time he showed it to me, he opened up the hood and it was all filled with dirt. I don't know what he was doing beforehand, but it was pretty amazing. But let's talk about the Patriot course. So that's the other kind of side of things, right? That's actually a road course on pavement, right? For those of you who don't know what that means. Yeah,
so at Virginia International Raceway, they have 5 different configurations. You can run the full course, you can run just Patriot, and then you can run what they call the North and the South variant. Mm-hmm. And then there's also what they call Grand West and Grand East, which runs full course incorporated with the Patriot. And so there's tons of configurations, and we're lucky enough to get Patriot, which is probably one of my favorite configurations because it's not just a pure horsepower track. Mm-hmm. You're pretty busy and you're essentially driving the entire time. And how we're going to do it is we're going to have relatively small groups. Depending on their abilities, we're going to kind of gauge it as we go along throughout the day, whether we can fit more cars. But we're going to go out for 15-minute sessions, and 15 minutes on Patriot, that's 15 laps around that little course and almost no rest period. So one, it's good on equipment. It's not going to be brutal on street tires. So if you're worried about having track tires or anything like that, don't be too concerned.
Mhm.
So bring your cars out. If you're an autocrosser, if you're a casual track driver, or even if you're trying to get into track-based stuff, this is a really good stepping stone event to get into it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And I think that that's one of the exciting things about VIR is that there's a little something there for everyone.
Yeah, and it's going to be really low stress. I mean, we're not having any crazy shenanigans, but
Did you say shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Sorry.
But if Brett is like, man, I've always wanted to drive a Corvette, and there's somebody willing, we have no issues as long as you're a member for the day, and you've paid your entry fee, and then the car owner is okay with it, and his car's approved. You can swap cars, and I've always wanted to drive a Miata or a Tesla or a Corvette or whatever. We don't mind people coming out and just having a blast.
Gotcha. Actually, Adam, I always pictured you more as like a Volkswagen Cabrio sort of guy, but we'll see what happens out there.
Why Volkswagen? I'm kind of more of a Chrysler Sebring convertible.
Chrysler Sebring. That is a pretty awesome car. I haven't thought of that car in a long time. That's funny. But let's talk about a quick thing. So if someone wants to go, they can go to Race of Heroes website and then look at Thanksgiving 2021 HTML. And if you order now, there's a discount of 20%. It's $200 per driver. And then the discount really is 20% if you do it before November 1st.
Yeah, so $160 for, I'm guessing, at least over an hour, almost 2 hours of track time. I think that's a bargain of the year, if not the decade.
Yeah, because track time's way more than that normally.
Yeah, so if you look at comparable locations or events, now they may be on larger courses, but to me, that's just less laps you get. I like laps over time or over distance. So a Track Night in America event costs at least $150 for 1 hour, and you get 3 20-minute sessions.
Gotcha. Where this is like all day, really.
Yeah, this is all day. We're going to be running them out at 15. We'll probably get 15-minute sessions. And pending the popularity, ideally we want to have, a bunch of drivers out there, but we can guess you're going to get easily your money's worth for $160, even $200 of track time.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
And anything over that is just icing on the cake, added bonus, and it'll give you time to, hey, if you're burnt out at Patriot, go check out the rally side, and I guarantee you there will be people willing to give ride-along. So Mike kind of described it as a mini Hyperfest, an RFH Hyperfest, just very small and low-key.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't even realize how big a deal Hyperfest was until I was down there a couple weeks back. I mean, that is an incredible event.
Yeah, next year, I'm kind of excited about this. It's gonna be bigger, and they're doing it in May. So the media really loved RFH and the pitch we had and what we were doing out on the rally course, and Tony and Rally for the Troops help put all that together. So we're hoping to maybe get more involved with them each year. And yeah, it's a huge presence. I mean, vendors, pro drivers, the racing going on, and every corner of VIR, there was some event going on, whether it was the off-road guys and Chaos Fab, the rally guys, the drift guys. They were drifting until 10, 11 o'clock at night. They put the track under lights and put like neon lights all over their cars.
Oh, did they really? I didn't get down there because I was at the drag strip with Jimmy the whole time, and I felt like I kind of missed out.
The drag competition?
I was in Roxborough with Jimmy Sprecher, and while you guys were down at Hyperfest, so I felt like I kind of got left out of the fun in that way, at least.
Well, it wasn't intentional, Brett, so don't.
I'm going to tell everyone it was intentional.
We thought you'd fit better in the drag competition.
That's exactly right. I was definitely where I belonged. Don't get me wrong. No, and that was incredible too, because I mean, you know, it was just watching Jimmy take on a car that you know, just absolutely smoked at the line. I mean, I don't know if you saw the video I posted, but like, and don't get me wrong, like I love Jimmy, but like it looked like grease lightning going down that track on the right side, and Jimmy's just, I mean, Jimmy was going fast, but like not like that. So it was pretty wild. So
make sure you get out. There's actually quite a few videos that covered the event from some YouTubers.
Oh, cool.
One being Turbo John. He's a guy who does a bunch of video vlogging for drag race events, and he covered the event pretty well.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to go look it up after the show today. Yep. And Adam, listen, we'll get into the last minute of the show. I did want to say and put out the viewers out there that you have been on active duty for over 18 years, and you are getting to the end. And you'll be retiring in the next couple of years or 18 months or so. So congratulations on getting to the end game, my friend.
Yeah, it's been long, and I can't say it's been easy. There's been up and downs, but I think the light at the end of the tunnel and
it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and I'm still young. I'll be retiring at 38, so I got a lot of time ahead. You
are. No, listen, and you're the better looking of the two of us. So anyway, well, listen, thanks again, Adam. Looking forward to talking again soon. And Racing for Heroes fans, it is that time. We will see you again next week right here at 1460 AM or WVOX. Thanks, and have a great week. Take care, everyone.